So my fucking moment was the moment that actually made 85 to Africa. It was the fact that we were leasing a house, and even though we didn't own it, so we didn't have the worst experience that you could have, but the fact that we were leasing a house and the owner was not paying a mortgage, the fact that we got evicted because he foreclosed without letting us know, and the fact that it was redneck, hillbilly-ass Georgia folk that were so excited that they auctioned this crib and excited that we were caught in the crosshair, even though they knew it wasn't our fault. The way they treated us, my fucking moment was like, all right, fuck this shit. These motherfuckers talking about go back to Africa and the way the president's talking about it, then fuck it, I will. And I did, and shit was great. I had a great time. It was lovely. So good that I'm encouraging everybody to go. Every fucking person in the world, especially black people, brown people, or people of African descent, that is the moment that transitioned me into a greater artist. My taste in music got wider. I created an album that is the highway to Africa, 85 to Africa. So the whole concept was born out of that. So if I came back, if I just like, you know, because my tour ended in Africa, that's why I ended up there. But if I had just come back and then, you know, bought a house or at least another crib, I would have never had the story to tell. I would have never had the album. So those fucking moments are the moments that actually build you up and shape your character. There's a lot of big misconceptions of Africa. To say one would be to minimize how many lies have been told to black people specifically over the years to prevent black people from connecting. Because if black people connect with Africa, then the black people will run the world. That's the fact. So to say it's only poor people, starving little kids, or go on vacation but go on safari like the Europeans do. Go to Africa, it's all animals, people are backwards, you're gonna get a disease, you're gonna get killed, you're gonna get robbed. Like all that shit happens here, dog. So it ain't specific to Africa. So that's all those misconceptions I believe were made in order to keep us separated. Because every black person, every person of African descent, honestly, beyond black and brown, every person feels some connection to the place that humankind originated from. So my job is just to show images of Africa that people haven't seen. It's not a country, it's far from it. There's so many different ethnic groups, there's so many different styles. Most Africans are more like you, especially if you are of African descent in this country, than not. Everything we do that's black as fuck is African as fuck. My biggest concern with America is that it's too easy to sway people, sway the masses like from one direction to another. It's kind of the dark side of what we call democracy. It's like a swing country. And when you swing people back and forth, you confuse them. And when you confuse them, then it's easy to separate them. And once you have them separate, it's easy to control. And that's how it works, you know what I mean? So in that order. So you confuse and destroy and control. And once you control, then we're under the command of whoever is in power. That's not a good place to be as citizens. And then you're fed the illusion that we're going out to vote and we're changing things. It's like, it doesn't always work like that. I believe in voting. I believe in moving your money right. I believe in using any tool, any weapon in your arsenal to fight whatever you're fighting for. So I'm not anti that. But I will say, I can't say I look at the flag and I'm proud. I respect my homies and my family that serve in this country in government and in the military. But I don't look at the flag and I'm like, yeah, that's me. You're not gonna see me with an American flag on my back rolling around. I'm African American, which means I feel entitled to this soil as well as the African continent. And the reason why that's important is it's like somebody in an abusive relationship. When you know you can be with somebody else, and you have leverage, then you don't get stuck on being with the person who keeps loving you then abusing you. And that's the story of people of color in this country. It's an abusive relationship, and I will no longer stand for that. So now I got another lover, and it's called the motherland, and I'm with her. So to me, I'm not even worried about where this goes. Whether there's another Trump election, I do think he'll be reelected. That's cool. If there's somebody worse than him, I'm ready for that too. Maybe I won't be here. Maybe I'll be getting registered in Lagos or in Accra, and I'll be a voter there, and I could change the country there. I'm not worried about it. We should never be worried about who's the head of state, and that should kill us. You have to think as a global citizen. You have to think like an immigrant and a citizen. That's the duality, not just a citizen.